Should I invest my money into a traditional IRA or should I invest it into a Roth IRA? Traditional? Roth. You know what? I don't know anything about these things. I'm gonna go ahead and just do it tomorrow. I'm gonna go watch Netflix. Did you know that 68% of adults age 55 and older admitted that they procrastinated on opening up a retirement account due to the lack of information and knowledge that they had on that subject? So I'm glad you came across this video because today I'm gonna help you not become part of that statistic by going over the differences between the traditional and Roth IRA. So let's get into the video. What's up, you guys? My name is Ivan Acosta and I make videos on personal finance. So if that's something that you're interested in, please consider subscribing below. Make sure you watch the entire video so that you can comment what type of account is going to work best for you. And if you get a lot of value out of this video, make sure that you smash that like button because it really helps me out. And if you're feeling just a bit generous today, share the video, do me a solid. I'm sure there's someone that you might know that might find this type of content valuable. So I'm gonna make this very short and concise so that you can get back to your Netflix show. Here I have two different type of IRAs. And for those of you that don't know what an IRA is, it is an individual retirement account. Now here I have a Roth and a traditional IRA. Keep in mind that these accounts are not the investment. They're the accounts where you put your investments in. So the Roth and the traditional, there's a lot of differences and similarities between both. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Roth IRA. So with the Roth IRA, you're gonna be contributing after tax dollars. This means that you're gonna be funding the account with money that you've already paid taxes on. Okay. Now with the traditional IRA, you're going to be contributing with pre-tax dollars. This means that you may be eligible for a tax deduction at the end of the year. However, you need to meet certain requirements in order to qualify for that tax deduction. So make sure you stick around. I will be going in detail on what those requirements are. The first similarity between both of these accounts is the maximum contribution limit. So the maximum contribution limit is $6,000. Now, if you're 50 years or older, you have what is called a catch-up period, not catch-up, period, where you are allowed to invest an additional $1,000, making it a total of $7,000. Now, you're probably asking me, well, Ivan, can I set up both of these accounts here and max them out both? Yes and no. So you can set up as many accounts as you want. However, the contribution limit is still going to be $6,000. So for example, let's say you open up a Roth and a traditional. Now, you're only going to be allowed to contribute $6,000 between both accounts. Another similarity between both of these accounts is the penalty fee. You see, if you withdraw your money before the age of 59 and a half, you're going to incur a 10% penalty fee. Now, this is where the Roth IRA is a little more special. Any contribution that you make into this account, you're allowed to take out whenever you want. Now, keep in mind that any capital gains or earnings will be penalized with a 10% penalty fee and taxed as well. For example, let's say you contributed $10,000. That is your money, which you can take out whenever you want. Now, if it grows to be $15,000 and you take the $15,000 out, you're going to get penalized on the $5,000 capital gain, and you're going to pay taxes on that on top. Now for the traditional IRA, there's 8 qualified events that will allow you not to pay the 10% penalty fee. Now this doesn't mean that you're going to avoid taxes, but you just won't get penalized with a 10% fee, okay? I'm going to make sure that I link down below all 8 qualified events so that way you're aware. In order to fund any of these accounts, you need to contribute with earned income. You see, the IRS defines earned income as any type of wages, salaries, tips, or any type of employee compensation. So this means that if you have rental property income, you cannot invest it. Dividends, you can't invest it. Unemployment benefits, you can't invest that either. So it has to be earned income. Now the Roth IRA is a little more strict because they have an income limit in order to start up this kind of account. You need to, as a single filer, you cannot make more than $140,000 a year. If you're married filing jointly, you cannot make more than $206,000 a year. Okay. Now with the traditional IRA, there is no income limit, so you can make a lot of money, lots of money, and still invest into a traditional IRA. Okay. Now here is where these two accounts are extremely different. The way taxes are handled are day and night. So on the Roth IRA, the account's gonna grow tax-free. Yes, you heard me, tax-free. So this means that at the end of 59 and a half, at the age of 59 and a half, you're able to withdraw all your contributions plus your earnings, your capital gains, tax-free. So I'm surprised to say that because the government usually wants to take their money, right? So this account will grow tax-free. The traditional IRA, however, grows tax-deferred. This means that it's prolonging the process of taxes until you reach the age of 59 and a half, or you withdraw after that. So for your Roth IRA, you're not required to take a minimum distribution. However, with your traditional IRA, you need to take an RMD, required minimum distribution, by the age of 72. If you haven't taken an RMD by the age of 72, you will be at fault for a 50% penalty fee on your first RMD that hasn't been withdrawn. So you definitely want to make sure that you're withdrawing your money little by little. Depending the account you choose to invest in, your contributions will be treated differently. For example, if you decide to invest in a Roth IRA, your contributions will not be tax deductible. However, if you were paying attention, I did mention earlier in this video that if you invest in a traditional IRA, your contributions may be eligible for a tax deduction. So here's what you need to know. You will automatically qualify for a full tax deduction if you do not have a retirement account at your job. For example, a 401k or a 403b or any different type of retirement account, no matter how much income you make. However, if you do have a retirement account at your job, you will need to meet certain income requirements. For example, if your filing status is single or head of household and you have a retirement plan at your job, your adjusted gross income is less than $66,000, then you will qualify for the full deduction. If you make more than $76,000 a year, you will not qualify for a deduction. Anything in the middle will be a partial deduction. If you're married filing jointly with a retirement plan at your job, you have to make an adjusted gross income less than $105,000 in order for you to qualify for the full deduction. If you make more than $125,000, you will not qualify for the deduction, and anything in the middle will be a partial deduction. So now that you know the differences between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA, let me know, what account did you find more interesting? My personal opinion is that the Roth IRA is a lot more appealing because it grows tax-free. That's just a very, very big one for me. So keep in mind that this is not financial advice. I'm here to provide you with the information so that you can make a decision on what's best for you. If you got a lot of value out of this video, make sure you smash that like button. Comment below, what did you think? Roth IRA or traditional IRA? What would work best for you? And if you're new here, make sure you consider subscribing down below. Continue to watch the video for the bonus clip that I have, but I'll leave you with this. Make it your mission to be a better you every single day. Be humble, stay hungry, be positive, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's see what's on Netflix. Grey's Anatomy? Nah. Oh, Black Summer. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, let's watch that. Did you open up your retirement account already?